Welcome to tutorialsinhand.com. In this video tutorial, we are going to see how to print the numbers from 10 to 1 using for loop. We can also use while loop and do while loop to write this program, but for now we will focus on for loop. So for that, let's see a diagram. Suppose this is a staircase and initially you are standing at the stair number 10, and from 10 you will move down the stair one step at each time and you will move up to 1. So your condition becomes I greater than 0. That means till you reach the stair greater than 0, that means greater than 0 will be 1. So till you reach 1, you will keep on moving one step down, and each time as you move down the staircase, you will be printing the value of the stair at which you are standing. So when you will be at 10, you will print 10. Why? Because when you are at 10, then your condition 10 greater than 0 will turn out to be true, and you will be allowed to enter within this for loop and then print the value of I, that is 10. And similarly it will happen for each and every value of I, because after 10 you have printed 10, then there is I minus minus, which will decrease the value of 10 by 1 and it will become 9 in the next iteration. And again 9 greater than 0 will be compared and it will turn out to be true. You will be allowed to enter within this for loop and you will print the value of I, that is 9, and then 9 minus minus will be done, and in the next iteration the value of I becomes 8, and 8 greater than 0 will again turn out to be true. You will again be allowed to print and the value will be decreased, and it will go on till the value of I becomes 1. When value of I will be 1, 1 greater than 0 will also turn out to be true and you will be allowed to enter, and thus 1 will also get printed. Now when 1 minus minus is done, you get the value of I as 0, and 0 greater than 0 will turn out to be false, and thus you will move out of the for loop. So this logic is very simple. Let's apply it in Eclipse and see how we are getting the values. So for our initial value will be I is equals to 10, because we are standing at the stair 10, and till where we want to move? We want to move until and unless we have a value greater than 0, that means up to 1. And then here remember I plus plus will not be done. Here you have to do I minus minus, because you have to move down the stair from 10 to 1, right? So this is how your loop will be, and within the loop what you will do, you will simply print the value of each stair, that means value of I where you will be standing during that iteration, and this is as simple as that. If you execute, you will get the numbers printed from 10 to 1, and this is what is happening. Why? Because in the first iteration the value of I will be 10, 10 greater than 0 will be true, and once it is true you will be allowed to enter, and thus you will print the value 10 which you are seeing over here, and then 10 minus minus will be done, and that will result in the value of I in the next iteration to be 9, and 9 greater than 0 will be compared. It will again turn out to be true. You will be allowed to enter within this for loop and print the value of I as 9, and again 9 minus minus will be done, which will result in 8 as the value in the next iteration. 8 greater than 0 will be compared. Again it will turn out to be true. You will again enter within this for loop and thus print the value of I as 8, and then 8 minus minus is done, which will result in 7 for the next iteration. So in the next iteration the value of I becomes 7. 7 greater than 0 is compared. It will also turn out to be true, and thus you are allowed to enter and print 7 as well, and the process will keep on until and unless you reach 1. And once you reach 1, what will happen? 1 greater than 0 is compared, which will turn out to be true. This will also get printed, and thus you are getting 1 printed over here. But after that what will happen is 1 minus minus will result in 0, and in the next iteration 0 greater than 0 will be compared, which will turn out to be false, and thus you will not be allowed to enter within this, and the loop will end. And once the loop ends, you are not printing any other value which is less than 1. So 0 is not getting printed. We come to an end after 1, and after 1 this loop ends, and you can say loop ends and task completed. So if you execute again after the loop ends, you will get this message. So after 1 your loop is getting ended, and you are getting loop ends task completed, and thus your program ends. So this logic is very simple. If you try to understand it, you will be easily able to frame the logic on your own without any problem. You can also change this initial value to 100 and you can change it to 90, and this will result in printing the values from 100 to 91. See, 100 to 91 will be printed, and once you reach 91, what will happen? I minus minus will be done, and in the next iteration the value of I becomes 90, and 90 greater than 90 will not be true. As a result, you will not enter within this for, and 91 will be the last value that is getting printed, and after that you move out of the loop, and thus printing this particular statement, loop ends task completed. That's it. So hope you have understood this logic. If you have any issue, you can write in the comment section. We will definitely get back to you. And if you have enjoyed this video tutorial and learned something, don't forget to subscribe our channel, and also don't forget to like the video. Waiting for you in the next video tutorial. Till then, keep learning and keep enjoying.